Had a boo-boo happen this morning, and I blew shit up. Got distracted, was trying to put stuff away, and started them cooking so they would warm up so I could get them started back up, and they went boom. So I told Greg we need pressure valves again. Not that it's going to do any good, but I told him. I actually lost my sifter, lost my squeezer. They're the only two things I've actually replaced. Main thing I lost was the boilers themselves and a whole lot of pipes. I did lose an engine that I gotta replace. I've got the steel made up for everything but the engine, and I'm gonna take the engine off the squeezer right now for the sifter. But I want to do my next crucible first, and I figured this is something boring that I can do in here and ramble while I do it instead of doing it in a video. And so we're going to do that. I'm going to use a steel burning box this time because I did this with Crazy the other day, and this stuff is really painfully slow to get done. So at least changing it out to a steel burning box may be a little less efficient, but it'll be better for my sanity. And why am I trying to use charcoal? I don't want to use charcoal. I brought a bunch of coal and stuff over I had at the old place when I went over, because it's not like it's difficult to get. We are past that ability over here. So I'm going to put that in, let it start warming up a little bit. Now this is the niobium titanium. So let's look it up and make sure we're doing this right. Niobium titanium crucible melts down at 2931, and we're doing molybdenum, which is 2896. So just under what this crucible will do. So the way I did this with Crazy was I did all but one piece. This is a lot easier to do when you have power. You have a lot less chance of burning up your crucible, but it is possible to do with a burning box. Now typically what I will do, that you just seen, is throw in 11 of them, let it get close to the heat you need, and then use like saplings for the last little bit, because then you can turn it off rather quickly. So I need to get this as well. That way I can shut it off easily. And now just wait for this slow thing to get up. While we're waiting on it, I am going to get one thing done downstairs. Guess it is downstairs already. And that is, I'm going to move my boilers or my machines. I'm not sure which. So I'm not having this anymore. But one thing I'm definitely going to do is, where not? Oh crap! It's in the smelting room. There it is. Lead burning box. I'm going to put a lead burning box and an Invar boiler in. I think I'm going to go ahead and put them in over here, and move the machines over here. So I want that there, and I'm going to put that with it, and that's going to be my backup for just giving me that little bit of extra heat I need, so I'm not going to be warming up my boilers anymore. But in doing so, I'm going to have to turn the pipe on and off for that, for whichever one I need to go out. So it's going to be a little bit more technical. Let's go ahead and get these two steel boilers done. Wrench, hammer. There's my two steel burning boxes, or boilers. And then I have the stuff to do the two steel burning boxes. I just got to go downstairs and get the other stuff, which I may only be making one, because there is still one steel burning box. I didn't know I had one of them left when I started doing this, but apparently there is. I didn't realize it was sitting there. I thought they both got blown up in this process. Alright, we're only at 14, so we're okay. So we gotta go almost to 3,000. So we're gonna have those there. And like I said, I think I'm gonna move the machines. Didn't think that this was gonna happen. By the way, he's talking about this turbine over here. This is one I brought from the old place. He's going to make the one block to replace it and the item that goes in it, and I'm going to give it to him because I'm not remaking it. I do still have the other one back at the other place that's still full, and I do still have a rotor for it. So eventually I might bring it over here for power, but I'm going to look at a few other ways of making power this time. And I've actually been looking at it, and I do believe, if I'm looking at everything correctly, I can make circuits without having to make IC2 circuits. And let me show you how this is going to be done. So if we look up, if I can spell, which we all know I cannot, the circuit plate just takes silicon dioxide. So making silicon dioxide, we can get from electrolyzing, from sifting silicon ore, which there is no such thing, or from, I thought there was one other way of doing it, and if there's not, I'm screwed. Because I looked up everything but this one. Liquid glass. I know you can do sand. Glass is only 16. I don't technically need, wait a minute, that was a centrifuge. Centrifuge. That takes rotary power though. I don't want to do that yet. I don't need a circuit for it, but I do need power. I don't want to make power until I have a frickin' box. This is the way I'm going to do it first, is centrifuging flint dust, which isn't bad, but you gotta create enough power And then you got to have a bat box or a battery buffer. Battery buff it, takes circuits. I don't want to make circuits the IC2 way. Anyways, these things can be made this way, so not a problem. Don't need the engraver to do it. I am going to need a smelter, which is heat, because I got to make a bath with soldering alloy. The other thing I'm going to need, you know what? I better move my camera just a little bit here. I'm going to need these basic parts, which are going to need fine copper, tiny redstone, and these Buell things. And these Buell things is what scared me. I can cut them with a saw. I'll lose one by doing it. But making them is what worried me. And I can actually make them with helium. This takes heat units to make. If you look at this, it says HU. And then helium, the way I was making it, is a smelter and monazite. So again, it takes heat units. So everything either takes something that has steam power or heat power, minus getting that silicon dioxide. That's the only thing I haven't figured out yet. And I can do a centrifuge. I just don't want to make another bat box. Now, Stein suggested earlier that I think I have coke in here, so I better shut this thing off. That I might be able to use a uncrafting table and get my batteries back out of the bat boxes, and I never even thought about that. So I'm gonna have to try that. Yeah, Stein, I'm a dork. I looked up every freaking machine I needed for doing that except for the daggone silicon dioxide. That was the one thing I didn't look up. And it figures that one thing will be the thing that bites me in the butt, that I guess I just kind of took it for granted that that was the easiest part, so it would be the easiest to get, and nope, it's not. Alright, so we're at 2600. We need to be at 2800. So I'm going to let that one cook out and see if that gets us up to at least 28. And then I'll throw this one in when we get to 28. And that'll be 200 degrees it went up. So we'll probably start on the saplings depending on what it goes down to. I'm not sure of the density on this, so it does look pretty dense, so it might go down a little more. 2778. Let's go ahead and get one more coal dust and put that in here. What did Stein just say? Silicon ore gives... Yes, but there is no silicon ore, dude. At least not by default. Alright, so we'll throw that in. That'll drop down to 26 something. So we'll let that finish burning out, and then we'll go to saplings. 27. Come on, get us up to 28. No, you didn't get us up to 28. Alright, well, if it didn't get up there. Let's just throw 32 of them in there. Let that go to town. Make sure we get out the ash stuff. And that'll burn for a little bit. We got about 100 to go. What I say we need to get to 2896 or something like that. I don't remember, but I'll see it change colors. There should be at least a crucible recipe for SiO2. And you know, I can test that. There might actually be a way. And if not, I can bring it up to Greg. 97. Stop. Stop. Just stop. Right now, just enough of you. You're getting too close to going boomy. We're not doing boomy today. We've done boomy today. We're done with boomies. Alright, so let's do 1, 2, 3. For right now, I'm just going to make one of these. And go for a wrench. There we go. Everything else can go park its butt over there, and you can have your bricks too. Give me the wrench because I'm going to need it. And we need to do this type of thing with this and this type of thing. Give us a nice party purple. Except it's not the pretty purple, it's lightly colored purple, but it's close. And a plate. Well, actually a mold. We're going to turn it into a plate mold. Give me all your little bits. All the little bits. Come on. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Thank you. And drill. And the bad thing is, now I gotta waste all that heat out and knock this out of here. So sucks. Because now I gotta do it again. Wait a minute. I seen you. Stop hiding. Get you. Oh, daggone it. I hate this. You can't do it when there's something above it. Get off there. Go away. Nobody wants you here. Now check this time, you doofus. Normally I always check that to make sure. And that was the one time I didn't do it, and it almost got me. Alright, so now we can retire these. Which for right now we're going to get set underneath here because I don't have our shelf made. Break this out. And wow, we used a lot of them saplings. Alright, now we're going to do the rough and nasty one here. And that is the tantalum. Call it rough and nasty because it's going to take all of this to do it. So it's going to be a whole lot of standing here, throwing shit in, watching it go out, throwing more shit in. I could be a cheater butt and go use an electrolyzer to do this, but I don't want to be a cheater butt. I want to do it the beginning way, so I'm doing it this way. And this is going to give us our tantalum crucible. And let's go look this up real quick. The Molly B will melt down at 3620. And tantalum will melt at 3290. So we got about 400 degrees to play with here. And if you look, the tantalum will melt down at 4,112. And what we're trying to get to, I can't spell apparently, is tungsten, and melts at 3695. So we can do tungsten in a tantalum crucible. And I went and helped Crazy mine some of her tungsten vein. She's gonna hook me up with some tungsten for helping her out, because I haven't found a tungsten vein on this side of the server yet. I do know where there is one on the other side of the server that I could go over and grab some out of, but you know, laziness. I don't want to run all the way back to spawn because it's literally right at spawn. And I've done so many mining trips, I kind of like taking one with somebody else and splitting the goods with them. But let's see. While we're sitting here, let's look at silicon dioxide. There is this one. This is the IC2 one. The only way to get it is that way, so there really isn't. Yeah. I think we're pretty much going to be screwed. See, the thing I was worried about was getting the silicon. I thought it was going to be the problem, but because see, I was thinking all of these things that I was going to need an electrolyzer for it. But I found that this asbestos ore sifts or has a byproduct of silicon dust. It's a low chance, but it's a chance. So I know where there is some. Oh, there we go. First little bit melted down there. So we'll just pack a little bit more in there and let it melt down. You get 1 nugget of tantalum per dust. So I need like 108 dust to get the 12 plates that I need. But yeah, I can get silicon that way. And I don't think there's a reverse way of adding oxygen to it to get silicon dioxide. And even if there was, it would be something that would probably take electricity. So yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Greg if there's a way to like throw sand or something in here to get silicon dioxide. Which actually, y'all sit here and watch these numbers for me. Last I checked, he's still on. I'm gonna ask him. If I could spell silicon dioxide. Let's see. Alright, I asked him. We'll see what happens. Alright, and we melt it down again. So we'll throw some more in. When I get up to the last few pieces, this is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Trying to fit it all in there. And I'll check back and see if he says anything in a few. Come on, go down, butthead. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Quartz is also silicon dioxide. Uh-huh. So maybe getting him to let us throw that in? Um, um, Alright. I just checked and he said that I guess he was a little bit confused on why I wanted silicon without power, and I explained because of the bat buff thing. So I'll check back here in a minute and see what he has to say. I haven't said the quartz thing to him yet, so I want to see what he says about it, and then I haven't actually made a suggestion of what to use for it. Alright, I'll hold on to this a little bit, and let's go see what he says. Um, that's a goofy idea, Greg, but okay. Uh, he's asking me why I want a way of doing it without, and he said that an electrolyzer doesn't take circuits, so I could run an electrolyzer, and I said, yeah, but I need a way of giving the electrolyzer exactly 32 AU. And he's asking me if can I hook a generator straight up to the machine, but that won't work because it only gives out 10 EU. And basically his idea is do it like I did for Crazy and just hook 4 regular IC2 generators up to the machine and do it that way. Ugh. Greg, you're frustrating at times, I have to tell you this. I wasn't planning on using generators. I also found it strange that quartzite smelts to silicon at 1000 C while magnetite needs dark ash. You can actually cook quartzite to make silicon? I didn't know you could do that. Silicon is harder to reduce than iron. Alright, well, I can bring that up to him. If I bring it up to him about quartzite or in here, I could bring up that Certus quartz. Okay. So if I say, nether quartz or Certus quartz in here will make silicon, which it will reduce in here without any issues. That's a question for you because I've never tried it. I guess I could try it to make sure. How would we get? We'd have to do scrap and then turn that into dust. So give me a second. Let me bring this up to him. Okay, let's see. Quartz in a crucible will make silicon at 1000 K, as Stein tells me. Without a reducing agent. So why not add a reducing agent? And if you go to 1000 K, you will get silicon dioxide, scrap out by hand, silicon is harder to purify than iron, as I have been informed. See what he thinks of that. Alright, so didn't blow anything up while I was gone, right? Nope, okay. Alright, so let's see what he has to say about all of that craziness. And it sounds like he says he's gonna not make it to where you don't need power before you make a circuit. So I think I'm just pretty much screwed here. And I'm gonna have to have one bat box or a stupid generator, 4-generator thing to get my silicon dioxide and make an electrolyzer or centrifuge first. Kinda sucks. But we'll see what he says about your idea of reducing quartz. Why? It sounds like he's kind of going for your idea, Stein. All right, let me grab that and go throw that up at him, see what he has to say. Oh, give me the actual wiki. I don't want to give him just this. Give me the actual wiki page you got it from. That way I can show the source along with it. That way he doesn't just think I'm pulling shit out of my ass, because I am not the most scientific dude on the planet, so I like to be able to show my work, so to speak, or in this case, show your work, so to speak. He says I will still not get power storage before electricity. So even if he does change what we just talked about, he's still going to make it to where electricity is needed. So I'm going to have to do the 4 generator thing. Greg, you're so frustrating at times, I'm telling you. Anybody else want to come over here and help me argue this with Greg? As I don't know what else to try to argue this point with. Let's put this in here. So it's either make a bat box or do the 4 generator thing. Anybody want to vote on what I do here? Because I'm not actually planning on using regular generators. I'm planning on using forestry bio for mine. And if I do use generators, they're going to be the solid heat generator. But I mainly want to use the forestry bio generator because I'm going to power most of my base off of steam production still and just make ethanol. I'm just hoping that the ethanol from Greg Tech is going to work in that bio generator. The biomass doesn't unless you generify it, as far as I know. But it might. Well, actually, I take that back. I haven't tried it. Alright, what the hell was I needing to go to? All this talking with Greg, I forgot what the hell I'm doing. Greg, you're driving me loopy. 3290. 3290. Here, just type this in down here. 3290. Don't forget that. So I got another 100 or another 1,000 left to go. Ugh. Stein, you got all your bees so we can make your retrieval nodes? I might come over there and call you up and play with that for a little bit after I get this done. Because it ain't going to take me very long to move the things around down there. How many did you get? Dun, dun, dun. I gotta wait for the delay. Come on, delay. Tell me what he says. 3 swamp and 1 desert so far. Okay. He's gonna try to do something goofy with bees. I think he's crazy. And I'm not going to say what it is because he might want to save that for his video that goes up on his channel. If he wants to say it in chat or tell me it's okay to say it, I will. But otherwise, you can go check out his channel and find out what goofiness he thinks he's doing with bees. If he actually manages to do it, I might have to come and buy some off of him. Yeah, he's nuts, not crazy. Crazy's crazy. He's nuts. Yes, the mad scientist. It's okay to say it. Okay. Take me a drink. Wet my throat a little bit. And I'll explain it. Basically, what he's going to do is he's going to try to acclimatize swamp bees to his savanna that the community area is in, which means he has to use desert bees to do this. And I think it's going to be a pain in the butt because that means he has to knock their humidity tolerance down 2, and I think their temperature tolerance up 1, because aren't their temperature tolerance like normal but high humidity? And if I remember correctly, savanna is the same as desert. So it's got to be high temperature, low humidity. So that means that the temperature tolerance has to be plus or minus 1. And the humidity tolerance has to be -2 or plus or minus 2. That's going to take a whole lot of crossbreeding. You might actually get, I don't even know if it's possible though, but it might even be easier to try to get a common bee that gives out marshy combs by mixing the swamp and the desert together. I need a swamp bee with the traits of a desert bee. Yep. And that's going to be interesting. Are you going to make a video on it, Stein? If he does, he better speed it up or just do a highlight video. It's going to take him a week to actually do the work. I thought I put out long-ass videos. I don't think I've made one that's a week long yet. Look, I got green raisins off a zombie today. Anyways, the reason why he's wanting to do that is if you look at mossy combs, when you run them through a regular centrifuge, you get honey drop and beeswax. But if you run them through a GregTech, you get biochaff, small piles of beeswax, which is GregTech beeswax, and honey. And he wants the biochaff because he's going to use that for his ethanol production. And it will be kind of nice because you'll also get the honey, which can be used as an amplifier with the biochaff. So he's going to have two things coming out of these. So it's going to be a lot of work to get it done, but if he gets it done, it should be a hell of a payoff. I'm sure he's not going to go crazy, though, and have like hundreds of bees trying to produce this stuff, though. Or at least I hope not. That's going to be a lot of freaking apiaries. Which, by the way, Stein, if you need the... you're going to maximize this and have hundreds of apiaries making stuff? If you need alveary stuff, I have bees that are already up to whatever they're called, the industrious and imperial, to make the alveary stuff. I've already got them. Oh, you're not going to do it. You're going to... All right, let me change this so I'm not miscommunicating again. About how many sets of these bees are you going to have? Because trying to make tons of them just sounds crazy to me. Small production. Okay, just what I thought. This isn't going to be the main way you're trying to power your base, is just off these bees. It's going to be just an add-on to your power production, because you already have your tree farm that's going to produce biochaff and apples, so this is just going to be like a secondary thing. That's what I was kind of figuring. Alright, 32 something? Is that what I said? Did I lose it already? 3290, okay. So we're almost there. Make sure there's no more stuffs in there to start cooking. Not that it's a big deal this time, but I don't want to go too high here. And my damn gravel turned into flint, so I gotta go get another gravel. That's why I typically use dirt or sand. I don't know why I grabbed gravel. Sand is about my favorite to use. And I can go up to like almost 4,000. You know, if I had a little bit of memory, this would be good. But I have like no memory. 4112. Okay. So I can go up to at least 4,000 without having to worry. And I don't think that one coal coke's going to get me that high. So let's go grab a couple coal. Swap that on in there. And I've never taken it upon myself to do any of the figuring of how much power you can actually get out of one thing of coal, so I don't even know if those two are going to get me high enough. Like I've said a few times, I'm not one for doing math on figuring these things out. I like just throwing shit in, letting it go, and see what happens, hope for the best. That kind of dumb thing. That's a good way to get things to blow up. Go figuring out all the math on it, then nothing's going to ever blow up. And what's the fun in that? Coal burns around 1 minute. That's how long it burns, but about how much heat am I going to get out of that one piece of coal? That's the question. And see, that matters on how dense the material is and how efficient the bat box or the burning box is and all that stuff. And I like math, but not enough to have to sit here and figure all that out for each different material and each different burning box. NEI has a tooltip about that. Like what? Converts one heat unit into 1 K per 1,000 kilogram. 100 kilogram. Alright, that got me up about 200. So I'm getting about 1 per. So let's do 3 of them here. How many did I just put in there? 1 smelt equals 5,000. Yeah, but that all depends on the kilogram of your material inside. Like, doing tantalum, it's got a weight of 3,700 kilogram. So that 1 heat unit is only for 100 kilogram, not for 3,700 kilogram. Hover over the burning box. I don't have a burning box on the page. Hold on. Let's do... No, don't type in steel. That's a terrible way to do it. You get all kinds of steel shit that way. And don't just type burn, because that ain't gonna do it. Oh, crap. We're here. Off. Let that go out before I start pouring, because I don't want this thing to jump up and heat crazy. Alright, so 1 smelt equals 5,000 units. But it says that on every one of them, and every one of them is different efficiency. So that doesn't matter, because one piece of coal is going to give you 5,000 if it's in a 100% efficient burning box. If it's in a 75, then it's only going to give you like 4,000, 3,800, something like that. I'd have to divide it up. Okay, this is done. So let's pull out all this tantalum. Doop, 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 doop. Come on. Gimme. Apparently, I did my math wrong. Crap on a cracker. Hold up. I do believe I might just have, and I do, have some tiny stuff. Alright, so you get out of here a second. Cannot pull that plate out. So throw that in there. And give me you. Let's go downstairs and get some lignite. Because we're not so worried about it that we can't use a little lignite coal. And throw this in here. Now look here. Get your silly little butt in there. What do you got in there? Oh, you still had a piece of coal, didn't you? Alright, fine. Now get your silly little butt in there. And light, damn you, light. Alright, so let's let this melt up. Really? You picky butt. Light it up. That gonna be enough? I knew it. Got it. There we go. I thought it was 3260. Alright. There we go. Now, why is there still a little bit in there? I only threw one piece in there. That's a little perturbing. That means there's a partial piece in there. So, why is there a partial piece? If you look at Tantalite, it shows right here 1 dust equals 1 nugget. And that's what I threw in there. So what do I got left in here? Nothing. But it still showed. So what the hell, George? That was kind of annoying. There's our Tantalum crucible. And this is probably going to break that hammer. Oh, nope, not yet. This only has 3 uses on it, so I'm probably going to lose it and have to make a new one. And daggone it, why do I gotta have so much crap in my inventory? Because I'm Bear, and that's what I do. I carry around frickin' everything. Alright. So, waste all this heat as well. Break that. Break that. You can go back there. You're gonna go right there. And where the hell you can go right there. You're the one I'm actually looking for. Don't you go in that crucible either. I swear if you jump in that crucible, me and you's gonna have just an evil, evil little talk. I'll be mad. You know what? Come here. You can sit right there. Alright, so now, Tantalum. Crazy! I need some tungsten. Alright. Let's go drop this junk off. Got any ash in here? No. Alright. Well, I do now. Just go in there for right now. Oh, I missed this one. Alright, so there's that. I need some tungsten. I got the Tantalum. I need to make some tungsten. But I'm not going to do that today because I bored y'all enough watching me cook 2 of these, and I'm sure not too many people is actually going to watch me cook 2 of these. Y'all are probably off doing something else and just listening to me ramble. And anybody that watches the footage is probably going to go do something else and listen to me ramble or fast forward. Yep, I know. You got to get yours done as well. Alright, so let's start moving some stuffs here. how do I want to do this? I actually need to have room beside. Well, maybe I don't. You guys are actually watching me slowly cook these things? I don't want to throw out the words crazy, but y'all are freaking nuts. I wouldn't want to watch me sit here and cook these slow ass things. Especially when you're both, well, one of you at least has already done it. And the other one, if you haven't, will be. And I'm sure you have at least in another world. Alright, so there's that. Okay, as long as y'all know you're crazy. Steel for turbine is done. Woo-hoo. Well, I wonder if he's watching. Invix, are you listening to me? So I ain't got to type because I'm like lazy. Alright, so you're coming out. You're coming out. You're coming out. If he doesn't answer me that he's watching, yeah, I hear you. Okay, that works. Bring your butt over here and get this turbine then, buddy. And if you got your item, come get your housing. Oh, wait a minute. Did you make the housing the one housing you need yet? I guess I will get on and process some tungsten. Yay! And I can steal some of yours. I don't have to sit here and waste it. I can wait until you process it down and get all the goodness out of it. Remember, use the scheelite because that has just calcium out of it. Alright, so let's grab this. Grab you. And you and you. Alright. So machines are going to go over here now. And let's see. I'm going to use this andradite. I want my crusher to be here. Do I want them to face this way or do I want them to face that way? I think it'd be better to face them that way. So let's turn this around here. The crusher there. Then I don't have to be so far up in the sky. Well, actually, I ought to bring it up one more level. Because that's going to be boiler level. I want to be pipe level. So we'll go this level. That'll work. That'll give me 2 blocks below to put stuffs. Alright, so give me you and give me you. And then electrum pipe will go here, there, and we'll do one of these jobbies here. Put a light over here so we can see a little better. And then we're going to have a box. No, we're not going to have a box here. Box is going to go on top. So, let's do one of these numbers. Box on top. Okay. And then we're going to have the squeezer next, which it's going to need a box on either side. So if we do this, we're going to have to do it like this. Squeezer. You're going to go there. And give me these. And then you're going to come down to a coagulator. which actually I'm going to put a pipe in there. I'm going to use a wood pipe. We need 12 plates per, not counting what we need for a smelter, but just for the crucible and mold. And I just realized that standing here, I did not make that a plate mold. I left it a regular mold and never. What a big dummy. But how much is it for? Let me look this up real quick. Tungsten dust. Make it electrolyzer. It only takes 96 to do the Hubie stuff. Russell is 144. Pinna is 176. Scheelite is only 96. So if you're going to make a medium voltage electrolyzer, you might as well go ahead and run it through. Who will make the turbine housing block? You get to make that because I'm going to actually give you that whole thing for yourself because I have one full one at my place. I don't need to make a new one. And then I'll just use it over here. I just don't want that one to go to waste. I know it's not what we had originally kind of. Did you make the medium voltage or the low voltage though? The low voltage won't do this. Medium voltage will. I would make the medium voltage electrolyzer, yes. Since my discussion with Greg earlier, and we're going to have electricity before the regular bat buffer things that I want. I'm trying to talk and think, and it's never a good idea because I can barely think when I'm not talking. Oh, you haven't made either. Okay. Well, personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a low voltage just to get the silicon dioxide, and then I'm going to make bat buffer for medium voltage, and then I'll make a medium voltage electrolyzer. So I will actually be doing it different than what I'm going to tell you. Since you are not as worried about doing things all Greg Tech as possible, you can go ahead and make a CESU and oh, I can't even do it off of there. Daggone it. Greg, you're such a turd. Greg Tech 5, you could place things off and it would not try to pick them up. For some reason, Greg Tech 6, it wants to pick them up, so he decided to do that goofy thing. Now I have an Ender Mini down here. So now you gotta do this weird block placing thing to be able to put in a freaking chest full of crap. Alright, so nothing in you, so we'll break you. A CESU. It's a medium voltage battery buffer for IC2. CESU. And you'll love it because it's all bronze. Whole ass tons of bronze. You need 8 bronze to make the batteries, 5 bronze to make the plates that go with it, because these are 2 for 1 bronze. Then you'll need lead and sulfur, copper wires, all kinds of fun stuff. Alright, so you're going to go there. I need a couple more boxes. By the way, if any of you guys would like me to call you, let me know, as it might be a little bit easier than me trying to read what you're saying. Because I'm kind of getting a little distracted with what I'm doing and what I'm trying to answer, and I might miss some questions, and y'all can yell at me if I miss your question. That's a crap ton of bronze. Yeah, it is. That's why I'm not doing it. I'm not making a CSU. I'm going to wait until I have a circuit and make the medium voltage bat buffer. And if you look at the medium voltage battery buffer, which is this one right here, it takes good circuits, copper wires, and a galvanized machine hull to make it. And then the only problem with that is then you need these redstone or higher batteries, which means you need to make a canning machine to make the canning process. So to do that, you're going to need another machine. So it's not going to be as much bronze, but it is going to be more stuffs. And then sifter, I don't really need but one of them there. But I do need one of them here. There we go. And that out to there. And you're going to get that for now. And now I just need my pipe to go here. And I'm going to use a wooden pipe for that because it doesn't need that much. But apparently wooden pipes is not something I currently own any of. I do believe my wooden hammer's down here. Yes. So let's go make some wooden pipes. What size wooden pipe do I want to make? I don't want to do huge. Let's use planks. So you get the turbine and I get the almost done turbine housing. No, you get the turbine item and the turbine housing. Everything you're currently making is yours. And I am donating you the rest of this housing. That way you can use it to make you power. And I'll use the other one I have in my place to make me power once I get to where I want to do it that way. Because I was looking at it, I actually don't need the power for the crucible. I can do it, or the crystallization crucible. I can do it with heat, and I'll show you what I'm planning on doing for that here in a minute. Where in the hell did I put my saw? There's my saw. Alright, so let's do this. And I'm sure I put them in the wrong corners again. No. So why you no work? That's supposed to be... What am I doing wrong here? Pipe. 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 You may have came in after we were discussing this earlier. So I'll show you again here in a minute. Not the sealed pipe, the regular one. Oh, the saw goes in the top corner. Okay, well that's what I did wrong. Alright, give me you. Alright. I'm putting this in because I have my other two coagulators back at my old place. And now that I've made one and I've secured plenty of pyrolusite, I'm going to bring them over here and I'll probably hook up, you know, two of them to this squeezer. Next time I actually need to make rubber, which apparently is going to be somewhat soon. Turn that way. So that's what I'm going to have for my machines for right now. Yep, it uses heat units. I'm just going to have to pack a bunch into a chest with a hopper and all that goodness to do it. Alright, so you're going to go there. Now, here is my minor problem. How am I going to do this? What do we got for pipes left? Small M-bar, regular small M-bar. Why are you not stacking? Okay. You're not stacking because you're an extra. Alright, so we're going to run off of this one for now. You're going to come over to here. Which, actually, you know what? Let's do this. Give me you. Close you. Give me you. Alright. Regular size pipe. Go you. Because you're not going to put out a whole lot. Large pipe. Go you. There. Give me these up here. Olivins. Every last one of you jerks. Come to me. Come to Butthead. Alright. So, that's what we're going to do. Close the top of each one of these. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this. And you know what? You're a jerk. You're not supposed to be there. And you're a dummy. You're not supposed to put the big ones on over here. Just keep racking up all the wrenches in the world. Alright, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to use this pipe to connect them. Like so. And then we're going to use this pipe to come this way back from here. And we'll have all three of these going into one pipe going to here. So, and this one's not being used right now because I haven't got my creosote coming in. So, yeah. Now, I am going to need these put out. Let's look this up real quick. Boiler. Steel puts out 64 steam. Invar puts out 32. So if I have all of them running, it'll be 64, 64, that's 128, 64, that's 196, 192, and 192 and 32, right around 140-ish, 130-ish. So pipe, if I have everything running, I'm going to need something that can hold that. Large invar, way more than I need. Invar pipe, 600, still way more than I need. Small, 200, still more than I need. So screw it, you're getting small. So let's just do this. I know I'm wasting that durability on my wrench again. That's what happens when you don't plan things out. You just wing it. Let's do small this way, and we'll do this off the front of each one of these twice. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Alright, so give me you. And we'll do all of these together at this point. That down. And then we're going to run those two and that one right into here. Son of a gun. Just like a so. That'll bring them all right into this. And now I'm going to have to put a restrictor pipe on the back of each of these. Because if I'm doing 64 and 64, it's 128. I need to make sure that there's not too much trying to go in. So I'm going to have to do, I think it's small copper, which will not melt down until 1696, and I do believe steam is about 1,000. I think I can look that up. I know these don't tell me, but that's IC2 steam, damn it. I want regular steam. IC2 steam, there it is. So that turbine steam. Oh, its temperature is only 375. Well, shit, that's way low enough. See, I don't know nothing about Kelvin crap. Damn it, hit the right button. So we'll go over to pipe again. And that won't melt down till 1600, so that'll work. We could do in tiny ironwood. Wait a minute. Melts down when stored heat is too much, 1627. That means you could use sealed wood to do steam? Shouldn't be able to. Hell, you can even do regular wood. Those should burn up if they get steam in them. How the hell is that supposed to work? I gotta say something to Greg about that. So, small copper bandwidth is only 100. So I actually need tiny. No, tiny's only 50. Daggone it. I need something that's like. No, because you can't have gases in wooden pipes. Yeah, it says it'll leak though. It doesn't say it'll burn though. There is no pipe that has exactly what I need. So, ugh. I can do copper, but that's only going to be either 50 or 100. Daggone it. I need like a one-way valve that won't let stuff out, but it'll let stuff in. Because I know from testing the other day that this will not work. This will overpower one of them, whichever one is closer, and the other one won't run. It might work with all three. I don't know. And I got to put in more wooden pipes to figure out anyways. But this is supposed to be able to do all three. Let's go ahead and you, you, and then let's put a whole stack of lignite coal in here and make some distilled water. Throw you in here with this for a second. Alright, forget it. We got that in there. We'll just let it go. So there you go. And while we're here, we'll throw that there just in case we actually get salt, because the salt is only 0.01%, so very little chance we're going to get it. I must have already passed it and didn't realize it. Where'd it go? Where's the daggone water in this thing? Water. 0.01%. Alright, so there we go. This has water, so that means that the boilers now have water. Throw that in there. And let's grab 2 things of charcoal here. I actually need, well, let's do this. Do all 3 of these, which should be enough to run those 2, I'm hoping, if they split properly. There we go. And no worry of anything blowing up this time, because I have all the pipes connected. Or at least I sure hope I do. Well, that's heating up. Let's grab these. So they're not needed over here. Part of this one is going to be, because this is a distribution pipe for reintroducing the water back in. And then we're going to have to do the same thing over here. There we go. And then we're going to run that over there. And I'll hook up the squeezerator thingy-mabopper in a little bit. No, that's not the one I'm trying to cut out. I do have my heat suit on, right? Yes. I don't want to get boiled alive here. Playing around these boilers, you never know when you might screw up. Alright, so it's nerd pole with some andradite here. I'm going to do that, that. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, no, because the engine's going to be right here. So I shouldn't do it that way. I should come straight across. So we'll do it this way. Alright. And break these out. We're getting steam over here now. So let's go ahead and Crusher's got something in it. Actually, I want to put this in. This is something I brought in over from the other place that I actually mined over on this side, but for some reason I dropped it in over at the other place. Let's see, is either of these not getting hot enough to start yet? Take this one out. And you went out, so let's go ahead and give you that lignite we were going to give before. So I want to get that tank full up there. And throw this in here. And then we're going to bring this straight out this way. And it's going to meet up with this pipe somewhere. So I got to go make a few more large pipes. Sifter looks like it's trying to do something. So let's go ahead and give it something to try to do here. Hey, they are both going. Check that out. Alright, so Dolly, what is you? Nothing. We're going to use the Dolly anyways because it's easy and trying to break right now. You can just go right there. Open you into it, and all your stuff can go right there. So there we go. That's sifting away. That's crushing away. Everybody's happy. Now let's grab this and put this here. Open you. I'm going to have to make another barrel for my stone dust because that got broke. Blown up, not broke. Alright, so you go there. Open, say you. And we'll grab this one. Bring it over. Put it there for now. Eventually, this is all going to go. I'm going to make a long electrum pipe that's going to go up somewhere else. I haven't decided where yet. And it'll just dump all this stuff into one thing. But right now I'm trying not to do too much of that kind of stuff until I get a better way of doing this stuff. Alright, so I need a box to move all this stuff over there. Wait a minute, there's a box right there. What do I need another one for? Because I'm a dumbass. Alright, you get in there. You hold on to you for a minute. I need all of this almadine crap. And that's going to go up here. So all of you work on you. Everything's going to go good. You guys are not overheating. That's good to see. Let's go make some more pipes so we can get our distilled water back from our engines. And that's it until I get some more planks. Cannot believe I've actually used up all them planks I was pulling out of the mine shafts. uh, 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 and uh, and I am just like too short. Son of a gun. And I have this one in my inventory. I don't want to use that one. I don't have any in here. No. So let's see what we got in here. We got one of you. That'll make 3. And then we use these 2, which actually I won't need the spruce one because that'll make just what I need. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll make me one more of these. And I'm going to use this other little one I got just so I can get rid of it. Alright, so you're going to go there. Oh, you're going to go right in there, aren't you? Well, son of a gun. No, close you. You open. So there we go. So that'll start dumping right in there for me. Once that gets full, which it is. So now this one should start filling up. And it is. So there we go. One morning worth of screw up repaired. And if these blow up, they should not be able to blow up this far. I might get some granite and put behind here for a blast wall. But with everything running right now, I don't really think I have to worry about it. Nothing should be overheating. Everything's nice and green. So there should be no reason for anything to go boomage. Alright, so Stein, you ready to do them thingy-mer-boppers? Those retrieval nodes? Let's drop this in here. Drop these in here. Better go put my burning box back. Just got back. Alright. And I can go take my heat suit off. And why did I not finish this? Did I break the... No, I didn't break the chisel. Oh, now I broke the chisel. Ah, that was a quick nap. Alright, so I'm going to need to make another chisel. And for the chisel, I need a plate and a rod. Do I have any? I have steel rod, steel plate. So that's what we're going to do. There we go. Chisel head. And there goes our andradite hammer. Now I need a piece of wood. Make it a stick. And there we go. And chisel this up. Might as well finish it before I run on back to there. There we go. All done. Alright. So I'm going to end this live stream here. And I'm going to run back over to mess with Stein, make some retrieval nodes. Maybe we'll make a video over there if he's feeling up to it. Maybe we won't. Who knows? I guess you will if and when one of us upload one, huh? Anyways, have a good one. Take it easy. Try not to blow anything up like I do. It's really wasteful. Doesn't make for a good time. Kind of pisses you off. Later.